You're welcome back to this training. In this episode, we are going to discuss business vendors. A business vendor is an individual or company that provides goods or services to another business. Vendors can supply raw material, product for resales, services. Businesses rely on vendor for supply chain management, operational efficiency, and cost-effective solution. For the purpose of this training, we are going to input 3 or 4 vendors in order to track our bill. So now let's start from vendor center. So as you can see the screen, I'll move my mouse to the vendor, then I'll double click that. Now we have the interface. Let me come back to the vendor. So here is the vendor. So we have a new vendor. As you can see the mouse, so I'll click on that new vendor because we want to insert our vendor manually. So you can also import your vendor list if you have it in Excel format. So as you can see that import from Excel, but in this training we want to create our vendor list. So I'll create new vendor. So I'll create that. Now when you look at this interface, we have vendor name. So number 1 will be Santos. Then here is the opening balance. That is if we have a trade creditor, but it is advisable not to input your credit balance here, because when you do that, the program will categorize this under unknown transaction. So it's usually called it uncategorized transaction. So as a matter of that, we will not input anything here. So I'll just come down to the company name, then I'll type the company name, which is Santos Chemical, so Ltd. Then the first name, maybe Yakub, so Yakub, and then the last name Idris. Then I can come down to the main phone. You can input the main phone, work phone, mobile, then the email. So let me just come down to the address so that I can input the address there. So I'll come down here, then the address, number 2, Go Street, Kano. So then you can select the city here, the state. So then let me click OK in order not to waste our time. So I'll click OK too. Then we look at this now. We have Santos as the first vendor of this Xerox building solution. So when we look at this side now, we have vendors information, which is the company name is this, the full name, and the address, the contact as well. Are they being that let me double click this now when you look at all these additional information, so are they being that we input all this contact address, then there will be the contact information here. Then to do, I would now, if you have any to do for that vendor, then you can have the notes. So you can write a note for that vendor as well. So let's input the second vendor. So I'll come back to new, then new vendor. That person will be Alex. Vadu. So the company name is Alex Vadu Nigeria Limited Ltd. So let me just use that, the address, let me just edit this, and then 3 Azoba area. Alex Street. So now I can put the city. Let me just type Owerri. Let me use the city to be Iceland, then state will be Lagos. Alright, so then the postal code, the region or the country, you can put that. So I just click OK. Alright, so now here is the second vendor. Then let's see the next one. Let's add the third vendor, and the third vendor should be Scoop. Then the company name will be Scoop CML. So that will be Semil Jacob. Okay, the address, cancel that. Number 3 Bundo Roko area, Oloponla. So the city, that will be Ilorin. Then the state, that will be Kwara. And then the region or country, so that will be Nigeria. And then any other notes, then I'll just click that, then I'll press my OK. So when you look at all these payment setting, you can import the account number of that vendors, so, and then the payment time, etc. So let me just go back to the addressing one there. Okay, so now this is how to insert your vendors, so that whenever there's a transaction between the company and your vendor, then we'll be able to track that bill on these applications. So let's check out our customers center.